A circle of 50 mm diameter rolls along a straight line without slipping. Draw the curve traced out by a point P on the circumference for one complete revolution of the circle. So it seems that here we have to draw a cycloid, whereas the circle has a diameter of 50 mm. So for that, first of all, we draw one circle which has a diameter of 50 mm. So by carrying the radius equals to 25 mm, by using a compass, we can draw a circle. After this, we have to divide that circle into 12 number of equal parts. So initially, we draw the horizontal and the vertical intersecting axis. Now, by using our compass and the distance in compass equals to radius of the circle, that is 25 mm in this case, we just cut that circle by means of an arc and let it divide the circle into 12 number of equal parts. So keeping on the horizontal axis, first of all, we do cut the circle in the upper side as well as on the lower side. Move to the other center point of the same horizontal axis. Now with the vertical axis, with that two endpoints, we do cut the circle by means of an arc. Yeah, so it is going to divide our circle into 12 number of equal parts. We just do connect that all points by means of a line. So it's a dividation of the circle into 12 number of equal parts. Okay, so that is actually your step number 1, that we have to construct a circle with the diameter of 50 mm and divide it into 12 number of equal parts. Move ahead with the next step. Now we just draw one horizontal line passing through that point P, and that line is actually a straight line along which that circle rolls, and the distance of that straight line is equal to pi d, which is nothing but the circumference of that circle. When circle completes one revolution, it will have, or it will cross the distance equals to the circumference, and that is pi d. So pi into 50 equals to 157.14 mm. So just do mark the end point P dash, and after that just give the naming to that circle for its all divisions, 1 2 3. Likewise, you can just give the name in clockwise as well as in anti-clockwise direction, whatever it may be. Now from the point P dash, we just draw one straight vertical line which is perpendicular to that baseline. Now from the point 6, and from each point we just draw a horizontal line 6, then 9 5 8 4 9 3 10 2 11 1. So it is what the step over here. Now after this, we have to divide the distance p dash into 12 number of equal parts. So just for that we go for this method. Draw one inclined line at any angle less than 90 degree, then cut that line by means of an arc again into 12 number of equal parts by using your compass, just like this. There you get the point 1 dash 2 dash 3 dash and so on till the point 12 dash. This is just for the sake of dividation of line P dash into 12 number of equal parts. Now the last point 12 dash is get connected with the point P dash by means of a line which is actually an inclined line. Now we have to draw a line parallel with this line passing through all these dash points. So by using ruler scale, you can draw all these parallel lines passing through 11 dash, 10 dash, 9 dash, and so on. till the last point 1 dash. So that is ultimately going to divide your distance p dash into 12 number of equal parts. Just give the naming for that all points. And the last point 12 dash itself come on the point p dash. Okay, now after this step, further on what we have to do, from point 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash and 4 dash, from all that points we have to draw a straight vertical lines till that center line, which is actually the horizontal axis of that circle. All these lines, they are perpendicular to your base length, and all these are the new centers we are getting over here. The center of the circle is initially to be noted as C, and further on the line come from the point 1 dash, which gives us the point center C1, C2, like this. We obtain the center till C12. Yeah, after this the crucial step is there, that we have to obtain the point p1, p2 and all that. So for that we carry the distance in our compass equals to the radius of the circle, and with c1 as a center we have to cut the line which is already the horizontal line, which pass through the point 11 and 1. So that gives you the point p1. So what, with c1 as a center and distance in the compass equals to the radius of the circle, which is 25 in this case, we cut the line, that is the horizontal line passing through the point 11 and 1. So we go for that. You can see over here, with C1 as a center, cut the line passing through the point 11 and 1. That cutting arc gives you the point P1. Similarly, with C2 as a center, cut the line passing through the point 10 and 2, which is the common line, which gives you the point P2. Similarly, take the distance, that the same distance 25 mm, and with C3 as a center, cut the line, that the horizontal line pass through the point 9 and 3 by means of an arc gives you the point P3. You can see here we obtained the point P3, then P4, P5. You have to follow the same process by carrying the radius equals to the distance in your compass and cut the respective line with the center C1, C2, C3 and till the C12. You can see here the point P12, it comes on the point 12 dash or on that point P dash itself. And as you get all these points P1 to P12, finally you have to join them, connect them by means of a smooth curve. You can join them by means of French curve, and there you get a cycloid profile or a cycloid curve. That's it. Thank you.